Oh my gosh, I just gotta tell you this. This guy came into the diner for lunch for the first time about 4 months ago. Had a nice suit, smelled real good too. He got the special and then left me $10 for the tip. I remember thinking, wow. Then he shows up 2 days later and I wait on him again. I remembered him and I especially remember the $10 tip. So I give him my best smile and I really hustle. But later on I notice as I'm working that he keeps his eyes on me all the time. So I get curious and I find an excuse to go back to his table. He smiles really big and I smile back. I says, "Is there something you need?" And he says back, "Yes, I need you." Well, I hear lots of come-ons from customers, so I just laugh and say, "Oh, yeah, right," or something. But he keeps smiling and puts out his hand, and in it is his business card. It says he's a casting agent, like for movies and TV, and he is really interested in me. He says, 'cause I'm a really cute character. So I tell him, I'm not an actress or nothing, but he says he ain't looking for an actress. He wants someone who's just real, and that I am a real character. Well, hell, he got me interested. So I says, "What do I need to do?" And he says he wants to take me talking. Just talking, that night. Then we'll see. So I says, okay, if it won't take too long, 'cause my shows are on at 8. He says it won't take more than half an hour. So I says, okay, and he writes down where he's staying. Danged if he didn't leave me another $10 tip. I figured so far I was way ahead of the game anyway. He was staying over at the Red Roof Inn out by the interstate. So I went up to his room and knocked on the door. He lets me in and shows me where to sit and all. And he says that when he says action, that I should just talk to the camera. He asked me if I was nervous, and I said just a bit. He said I could have a drink if I wanted, and I asked if he had any water. So he gets me a water, and I have a couple of drinks, and then I told him I was ready. He turned the camera on, and I started talking. I guess he liked what I was doing, 'cause he just let me go blabbing on and on. Before I knew it, practically an hour had gone by. He turned off the camera and thanked me. I told him I needed to be headed home, and he said okay, and said could he call me. I gave him my phone number and said sure. Then I took off. So he called a day or so later and said he wanted to see me. So I went right over after work. He sat me down and told me how genuine and real I looked and how there just might be some place for me in TV and movies. Well, I was getting real excited by this time, and I guess I was kind of blubbering a bit. Anyway, next thing I know, his arms around me and he starts kissing on me. I was kind of surprised and scared at first, but he's really cute, and he smelled so darn good, and I had been going through a little dry spell, and so I just kind of went along for the ride. After that, I started going over to his place regular like. This has been going on for 4 months now. He ain't mentioned no TV show or movies in that time, and now I'm thinking of breaking the whole thing off. But probably not for another month or so, just in case. You know?